Hello, Low Country and South Georgia soccer fans. Brad Nein here, Vice President of Tormenta FC Academy. And today I'm here with Kian Brownlee, who's our Junior Academy Director. Junior Academy works with kids between the ages of 2011 and 2015. And we have programs based in Savannah, Bluffton, Hilton Head, and Statesboro. How's it going, Kian?
Great, Brad. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. We're going to talk about this program, and I just we'll get the ins and outs and see where we're at. So basically, if you could, let me know kind of how old the kids are and where they train. I kind of talked a little bit about that, but if you could provide some more details on that and what we're looking for this upcoming evaluation season.
Absolutely. So the Junior Academy program basically trains kids from the ages of as early as 5 years old up through 11 and 12 years old before they enter into the select programming for us, or our MLS Next programming. We focus on the fundamentals of the game, including dribbling, passing, ball striking, controlling the ball out of the air, small-sided tactical situations of 2v1s and 3v2s, and teaching the kids how to possess and use the ball, and in general just master the ball so that they're prepared and ready to go into the select levels and play at the full 11-a-side model of the game. From a standpoint of where we train, we have the clubhouse site in Statesboro, where we offer training 3 days a week, the Sandhill site in Effingham, where we're doing currently 2 days a week there, Barker Field on Hilton Head, where we do up to 3 days a week, typically 2 days. Then we use our core sites at Jennifer Ross in Savannah, and then the USCB recreation facility in Bluffton for 3 nights a week. That's the general setup. Again, our focus and our goal for these kids is love of the game and ball mastery, and then understanding the fundamentals tactically so that we can move them in to the higher levels of the game at the 11-a-side model.
No, I love how you're really focused in talking about how we can move them to the next levels out of Junior Academy by really learning and having a good grasp of what the main ideas are for the game and the principles that last throughout a lifetime of play, so we can get them at 13 and be prepared for regional league play or South Carolina State League play or anything along those lines. Along with our, what we play in, what does our Junior Academy, what's the games situation like? What's the tournament and friendly situation like? How do we work through that throughout the season?
Yeah, so typically we get rolling with the Junior Academy program at the middle of August with a full training regimen. And we finish that first week of May. And throughout the course of that time, we typically hit an entry-level tournament in the end of August, early September timeframe, our own tournament locally in the October month, and then finish out with all the teams with an end-of-season event before Thanksgiving weekend. We get rolling again with another tournament, typically in February, something local or close to home, Jacksonville, Charleston, our local tournament again in March, and then a quality end of the season event again that first weekend of May before we get into the next evaluation period. From a regular competition standpoint, we not only do friendlies with some of the clubs in this area, we also compete in the CPL League, which is a Charleston-based league. Used to be the Coastal Development League. Now it's the Carolinas Premier League. There's incredible competition. The clubs in Charleston that we play against are very advanced, have incredibly qualified staffs. They've got years of history. They've got great infrastructure and fields. And one of the biggest benefits of it is we get some home games out of it at Jennifer Ross and USCB. And the competition is just incredible. The league members are all in the same mindset as far as what we're agreeing to from a principles of play and what the goals are. The goals of the league is not to win some type of national championship out of the CPL, but to have good competition on quality fields with coaches that are like-minded and teaching the same things, and getting great competition throughout the year. So the CPL League is where our kids are from the under 8s through under 12 model.
Great. Now with the CPL League, what does the travel look like for that particular experience for families?
Right. So any travel that we do in there, we typically try to double up on games. So you're looking at travel to Charleston, which is not a bad trip whatsoever. And if we travel up there, the goal for the coaches is 2 games on the day with a small break in between. And most of the clubs that are accommodating to that. And we work with the other coaches of those clubs to negotiate schedules. And they're very friendly with it from a standpoint of if we travel and play there, typically in one season, then they're traveling to play here in another season. But most teams will go to Charleston up to 3 times max per season, and then have 3 to 4 weekends of home games in the fall or spring season in our area.
Oh, that's great. So it sounds like it works out for everybody, and getting a home and away game against each team. That's that's great to hear, because it doesn't happen like that in other parts of the country for sure, where you have to go to that city for every single game. I talk to a lot of parents, and they always tell me, oh, maybe we'll get into junior academy next year. They have a 8 or 9 year old, and maybe they'll wait till 10, or maybe they'll wait till 11 years old. What do you find with, is it important to get in as soon as possible? Is it okay just to wait until you're 10 or 11, or what are you seeing for the different age groups of kids that get into our junior academy programming?
The answer is don't wait. And this is historically fact. Just the players that wait longer and longer to get in don't acquire the fundamental skills, and then some of the more exceptional skills that we teach in the academy. And players, if you just do the math, our players are training, some of them up to 4 days a week throughout the course of the year. So if you do the math of players doing functional training on the ball 4 days a week, over the course of a year, and you're still playing and maybe only training once a week, plus whatever you do in your backyard, you're just going to be behind. So the reality is get in early and enjoy the game. Now it's not to, I don't want to scare parents off with, this is a full year thing and you can never do anything else with your life outside of school and soccer. Tons of our kids play multiple sports. They play different sports in the off season in that December, January timeframe, and as well in the summer, June and July. But typically the kids that have been in the program the longest with us are often our best players and the ones that move on to the highest levels of the game. So don't wait, come enjoy it. Even if you want to do a different sport, and our coaches are willing to work with you throughout the course of the season and the year with your scheduling. So we have kids that play baseball. We have kids that do sailing, kids that do tennis, kids that do golf, kids that do basketball. We'll work with you, but get in and enjoy it. The earlier you get in, the better off you're going to be.
Cool. And then coming up, the first step for them getting in is to be part of evaluations. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
Yes, we want the players to come out to as many evaluation sessions as they can make. That's number one. We have multiple sites going on. You want to make the site that's local to you. And we'll have tons of our staff coaches out there looking at players. One of the great things about our setup and the way we work it is we have evaluations on all our current players already. So we've been evaluating the players that are in our club all year round. So our focus is really on the new players during the evaluation process and where they need to be placed in our teams for the upcoming year. The coaches are accessible at every session. So if there's questions or you need to have conversations, or your player can only make 2 out of the 3 sessions, we're happy to oblige and happy to have conversation with you.
Now, when you say evaluations, is that a tryout where my child could get cut, or is that something where we're going to place them in the appropriate environment?
That's right. I wouldn't say we're going to cut players in the old school format of we have all the players out on a field and we're calling numbers of who made it and saying goodbye to those who don't. It's not nearly like that. Really, we're just evaluating the players and trying to push them in the right level of programming for them, and advising the parents and the players through the process of where they need to be for their current skill level and where they need to go, identifying some goals for those players as well. So that's one of the greatest things about Tormenta is the programs that we offer from the standpoint of the entry level recreation player to the pre-academy player that wants a little bit more, to the full junior academy player that absolutely can't get enough of it and comes to every session every week. So Tormenta's got a huge access to resources, and the programs are perfect for what any player can need.
Great. So at all of our sites, beginning May 9th, we'll start having our junior academy tryouts on our website, tormentafc.com/junior-academy-evaluations. That's where you can go find all of the information. And we want you to come to the evaluation session that's close to you. And we'll have our full staff out there ready to go and let you know where your child would fit in best. Kian, anything else you'd like to add?
That's it. Get to tryouts. We're ready to have you. We're ready to stoke your love of the game. So come on out.
Cool, man. Thank you, Kian, and look forward to chatting soon.
Thanks, Coach Brad. See you, man.